all over the place, that patter. Made no sense. It is a beautiful, magic morning. Welcome, inmates of incantation, to the show. I'm Dean, I'm your host. These are Pipe of Magic. And you know what? This show has been getting a little bit of buzz, a little bit of buzz. It has. It's been getting a bit of buzz, and I've been getting letters. Yes, I've been getting letters. Here's a letter from Gus in Canberra, and he says, Dean, what a Pipe of Magic tastes like this week. Oh, well, I was just getting to that, you silly sausage. Let's have a taste. Orange. Silk. Handkerchief. Wow. Wow is what I've got this week. WOW3, Face Down, by Kazuya Matsuda, who, as you can tell by my accent and his name, is from Sydenham. What is WOW3? Well, it's a bit of an offshoot of the original WOW gimmick, which was a wonderful little kind of business card holdery sort of thing. It might look a bit more magic-y than just a standard Officeworks business card holder, but that's what I used to say it was, a business card holder, and it's a pretty good way of selling the thing. And you basically put a card in there, a random X card inside that little thing, and you can see the card through the business card holder. Almost. But enough for it to be like wow effect. And you shake it, or you don't even have to shake it, or you put your hand over it. The choice is yours. It's limited only to your imagination. That card, that X card, that random card, morphs, changes, transforms in an illusory way into the sign card that they had a minute ago that you've lost in the pack. Amazing trick. It's been around a while, and it came out in some different incarnations. It was an incantation of incarnations. And if you had a carnation, because you might be quite nicely dressed as a magician, you should be having an incarnation during an incarnation and incantation. So anyway, yeah, it was a great trick, WOW, and it's still around, and it came out in different forms, and they had like WOW.2 and WOW.20 and, you know, WOW this and that. And this is a face-down version. Now what the face-down version of WOW does, it changes the effect. It's not a transformation effect anymore, it's a transposition effect. And it can be used within an ambitious card routine, as the Germans like to call it. That's where the card that they've signed keeps coming back to the top. What's the trailer like? Well, yeah, the trailer's pretty much bang on. I mean, it's just a visual effect of a card inside a gimmick becoming another card. That was WOW. The trailer for WOW Face Down is a person losing a card inside the middle of a pack, quite visually, face up, putting the gimmick up top. No idea why. We'll have to talk about that when we get to the demo. And then the card sort of morphs on top underneath that gimmick. You see your face down card rise to the top, ambitious card style. You take the gimmick off, the sleeve off, and well, it's not even really a sleeve in WOW3, it's just a piece of plastic that you put on top of your deck. Again, we'll have to discuss what it all means, right? How we're going to make it mean something in the real world. And the card's there on top of the deck. What's in the box? Well, in the box you get this. This is the WOW gimmick, and it's underneath the letter from Canberra. This is the WOW gimmick. It just looks like like I said, it looks like a business card sleeve, something you might put business cards in within the original WOW gimmick, but there is no way into this, it's just a sleeve. You might want to switch it for the original gimmick. I don't know, again, we'll have a chat. That's what's in it. Let's do a quick demo. We'll zoom in now. Well, here's the demonstration this week of WOW3 by Kazuya Matsuda. You need a red pack of cards for this. I've got the gimmick with the red. I believe it's only made in red, but if it isn't, Sean will tell us here. Right, you get yourself a pack of cards and you sign one of the cards with someone's name. I think I already pre-did that. Yeah, I used a blank card here and I placed Sean's name on there. Now, it's interesting because Sean actually came up with the patter for this, because I'm useless. You know, when you go in casinos sometimes, they have these things called casino cut cards, which basically prohibit the... they prohibit fake dealing, or specifically bottom dealing in a casino. Like if I had this card, say it was the Sean card, and it was a high value card that I wanted in my hand, and the dealer was a crooked dealer, and could deal me this card off the bottom using nefarious gambling techniques. If you had this casino cut card, and you can see these around if you search online, they're normally sort of neon orange or yellow, and you place it on the bottom of the deck, you'd have to deal off the top now. If you went to deal off the bottom with the middle finger, you'd be dealing this casino cut card, and the eye in the sky would see it. However, sometimes the eye in the sky couldn't pick it up. You know, some casinos just look like a card, so they embedded it with this QR technology, and I don't know whether you can see that. It's got like little chips in it. Dotted around, but you can still see through it, so that when it lands on the table, on the card table, they could still see that it was the cut card, not one of these. Anyway, that's what that is, and it prohibits the fake dealing. So let's just give a quick example, though, of how you can still cheat with one of these, all right? You can actually use this as part of the cheating. I'll show you what I mean. We'll do it on the top and not the bottom, just for sake of argument. Let's say we're playing a game and the card's somewhere in the middle of the pack. Well, in order to have it dealt off the bottom, you need to control it to the bottom. But what about if you can control it just to the top? What about in some way if you could control it to the top position? It's not there now. It's not even second. It's not on the bottom. It's somewhere in the middle. But if you could control that card to the top like this, you could deal it to yourself in a game. Right? I'll do that again. In a game, it will just be lost in the middle. With a snap or a move, it could come to the top. All right? But if now this card was on top, you couldn't do that. The casino cut card with the technology, you couldn't do that. So we'll take that. And you see, you can see through it. You can see the card through it there. We'll take that and we'll put that on the top. All right? And then I'll take the Sean card and I'll actually place it face down. Face up somewhere inside the middle. So now it's the same scenario as before, except we've got the casino cut card on top. The eye in this guy can watch that we're not doing any fake dealing. But watch what I can do. Watch this card just here. If I shake, I don't know whether you can see that on the camera, but Sean's card has actually risen to the top of the pack through the casino cut card, and is now on top, ready for a deal to my hand, and that's how we cheat at cards. Well, there we go. That was the demo of WOW by Kazuya Matsuda. That's it. It's a great little gimmick, this. It's a wonderful gimmick. And it does have WOW effect. I mean, it doesn't have as much WOW effect as this. Boo! But it has good WOW effect. What are the instructions like? They're fine. You buy tricks from the Japanese and they do this. They just put the instructions over music and they just subtitle them. And it's very simple to understand. Even though the technology is quite advanced for a card trick, the instructions are very simple to follow. So you'll know exactly what's going on with this straight out of the box. Is it easy to do? Yeah, it's pretty easy to do with a little bit of practice. It's nice to have some sort of idea of how to handle cards, and you're going to need to do an ambitious card sequence, obviously, before you do this. But playing around with it and using it with a basic ambitious card, you don't need to do any ambitious card moves with this. This works on its own. You could do a couple of simple ambitious card moves and then go straight into this. And that patter, you're quite welcome to use that. That's free from Sean Piper. And it's very good patter. Oh, he's a little tinker, isn't he? Looks like that, in case you've forgotten. What's it like out of the box? Is it ready to go? Yeah, it's ready to go pretty much straight out of the box. This is a concealed gimmick, whereas WOW was a gimmick that you'd push a card into and it would facilitate, you'd do a double lift, so you were pushing in the actual sign card, but it would masquerade as the face of a different card, then you do a change. This is all self-contained. I like the original WOW better than this. This is a different effect. It's using the same method for a different effect, fine. The original WOW is better. This is not... It's not really an upgrade of any kind of effect that you can do with WOW. But in of itself, it's a great little climax to an ambitious card routine. You could do a pass with the deck with the card face up to show a card appearing on the deck face up. Obviously, you have to learn a pass. In a lot of ways, that might be more effective than this because you're bringing in this extra piece. But if you use the patter, of course, you'll get away with that. Should you do WOW 1 and then switch the gimmick and do WOW 2? No, because then you're going to be using the same prop for two different effects, which is probably not right. That's a bit like the mental die we reviewed a couple of weeks back. Don't keep using it over and over and over for different effects. Use it for one effect. Use the same method. Use the same effect. Do the same effect with different methods, yes. Because then, methods start cancelling themselves out, making the effect stronger. But don't do different effects with the same method. Does that make any sense, what I just said then? Probably not. It's a bit of an Atkinson-centric comment. Who's buying it? It's anyone's game, because you don't have to be that good with cards to do it. Is it good value for money? Yeah, it's great value for money. I think they... Well, I'm not even going to attempt to say what they retail at because I don't know. It's this much. It's good from memory, because I've had WOWs in the past. From memory, it's very good value for money, and it's a great gimmick, you know? I like the WOW selection of products, and I don't like this as much as the original, but it's still a great gimmick to buy and have some fun with, and you can work up a good routine for this as an end of Ambitious card. And challenges on! Think of something that's not the Ambitious card with this. Maybe it's some sort of packet trick. Maybe it's an assembly. Or it wouldn't be an assembly. It might be a Twisting the Aces, because it's a card going face up, face down. It might be the last card. You might place this inside the Twisting the Aces to prohibit the last card from turning over. And then it turns over under the cover of this to make it more impossible. I'll let you decide. Get back to me and, you know, send me your ideas. I'd love to hear them. Write me more letters like the one that I received from Canberra this week. Oh, that's the show for this week. Hope to see you next week on Magic Mornings from Paper Magic. No.